Okay, we are live, you guys. Happy Friday. I'm going to give it a couple minutes for people to start strolling on in here. And make sure you hit that like button on the way in, you guys. So, yeah, we got that. You know what? I'm not going to spend a lot on Young and the Restless. However, we have to at least touch on some things, right? When it comes to Y&R. And sorry if you hear that noise. I'm trying to rearrange something here because I got a couple of wires crossed, literally. Hey, Janera, Aisha, Melissa Spencer, Keita, LaShanta, Belinda Hill, Crystal, Vicky, Carol, Jacqueline. It's just Myra, T.A. Hey, you guys, happy Friday. Yes, we made it to the end of the week. I'm not going to spend a lot on Y&R. Just some of the stuff that's kind of up to date. Because, the flashbacks are what it was. You know what I'm saying? Jasmine, Sharon, Queen of the South. Cynthia. What's going on, people? All right. So, let's go ahead. So, welcome you guys to Soap Corner Talk. I am T. And we're going to discuss Y&R. B&B, or Young and the Restless and the Bold and the Beautiful, for November 8th. Friday, TGIF, Fantabulous Cliffhanger Friday. Yay! We made it to the end of the week, y'all. Yeah, Jacqueline, it was like a flashback episode. We did get a couple of little sidebar scenes. You know what I'm saying? So, we still talk about it. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the Young and the Restless. So pretty much majority, I would say about 75% of this particular episode was the revelation of the ranch being rebuilt. And also, them going down memory lane on how they first met and the original history in the original ranch. As you guys remember, Sharon burned it down due to her bipolar mental health situation back in 2012. And as we fast forward 12 years later, they have reconstructed it. Now, it looks like it's not completely the original ranch. The way that they were saying it on the show, that you did a lot of things, maybe with a little bit more enhancement to it. So I thought it was cool. I thought, though, if I remember, the opening to the ranch was on the opposite side. So I remember people coming in to the ranch from the left. But it looks like now people are coming in from the right side of the screen. But they did say they rebuilt it on a different part of the property. And so Victor has been trying to keep it a secret and everything. And, he made it look like they were working on one of the water areas on the property, a pond or something, to keep Nikki off their tracks. And so we got a little bit of a walk down memory lane when it comes to the both good and bad. Because there was some toxic times, there was some loving times between Victor and Nikki. So we got a little bit of that. But some of the other things that we got, Abby and Devon found out that that's their new venue. The kids, Victoria and Nick, was excited about the fact that the ranch had been rebuilt because they obviously had childhood memories in the original ranch. And I thought we might have got some flashbacks of the kids, but I guess that would be a 3-hour movie if they did that. So, you know what I mean? The house looked antiquated. You think so, Indigo? Yeah, TA, that's what I thought. They did change it because the entry to the ranch was on the left side, and now it looks like it's on the right side. So, but Devon and Abby found out that they have a new venue where they're having the wedding, so now they can give everybody an address. Nicholas was happy, and Claire was like, "Ooh, what is this place?" And of course, they filled her in on everything, and they gave her a grand tour of the place. One other interesting piece is the conversation between Devon and Victor. Victor asked, pretty much how is the temperature between the two of us since everything happened with Lily. And so Victor is like, look, you need to tell Lily to go back to Winters. And, Devon was like, look, she a grown woman. I can't tell her what to do. She gonna do what the French told she wants to do. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's what he was asking. We'll get to Bold, you guys. I know you guys are asking questions about Bold. We're not there yet. So let me get through Y&R and we'll get to Bold. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this anyway because most of it was a flashback episode. But I mean, with Devon was like, I can't tell that girl what to do. She gonna do what she want to do. And he was like, well, it's best for her to go back to your father's company. And Devon was like, I know. I've already told her that. She's not listening to me. But Devon said, you know what? I promised Abby that I'm going to put all that aside until after the wedding. So they made some sort of peace, with all of this for the moment. I think Summer's going to break up Kyle and Claire. More than likely. Knowing her, she's feeling some kind of way. And if I was Chance with what we saw in the Thursday episode, if I was Chance, I would be like, you know what? You obviously still got issues with your ex. So let me give you some time to figure out what you want to do. Jacqueline said Victor need to leave Devon alone. He's a controlling man. Well, I mean, when Victor say, look, tell your sister to carry her butt back over the Winters, I think maybe he's kind of genuine on that part because he wants Lily out the way. He wants Chancellor. And Lily is a roadblock in this whole situation. You know what I mean? Jenna says Summer will try, but I don't think Kyle breaking up with Claire. I mean, technically, it's none of her business. They just made peace over the whole thing with Harrison. And now, because you caught them upstairs maybe trying to get their freak on, then you going to turn around and you want to get in your feelings every time you see them. I don't blame Chance for giving her a big old side eye. So then a question came to my mind, which was, what's going to happen to the house that they currently live in? The house that had Jordan's cell up under it. Hey, Miss Welder, what's going to happen with that house? And there you go. Nicholas asked the question. Nicholas like, so what are you going to do with the house that you currently live in? And he was like, you know what? I'm going to keep it. It's on the property. I'll give it to one of you all. Why don't you take it? And Nicholas was like, well, nah, me and Christian are happy where we are. And we haven't seen Christian in ages, but they bring up his name every now and then. But then there's a conversation where Adam comes over and he was like, well, what are y'all talking about? And he was talking about the house. And so Adam is like, Nick, you gonna take it? He was like, no, why don't you take it? And I'm sitting up there looking like y'all both arguing over moving into a mansion. Adam was like, well, I'll take it under consideration. So it looked like, because remember, Adam used to own the penthouse. But now Nate owns that penthouse. And so where has Adam been, Adam has bought that other little apartment that him and Sally, I guess that was a condo that was Lily and Billy's. And so, he's been living over there. So then if he takes the house, who's going to get that old apartment? Maybe because they built the ranch. I'm just guessing. This is not a spoiler. This is not me trying to say that that's what they're doing. But I'm wondering if Adam moves into the mansion on the ranch, who gets his old condo, the one that him and Sally was in for a while? Maybe they're getting rid of that because they recreated the ranch. Maybe they say, well, you know what? We got to get rid of a set. So maybe we'll just get rid of the set over there and create the ranch. Who knows? I don't know. Yes, Queen of the South said Christian is Nick's son. Yeah, but legally Nick's son, but biologically Adam's son with Sage. So at the end, Adam is going to take it for Connor. Yeah, and then he can be on the ranch. He can ride the horses and everything. So look like Adam might be the brand new owner of a new mansion on the Newman property. Now the question is, does he really want to live that close to his father? But he's considering it. So I guess we'll have to see. Yeah, Nikki didn't say a word. I know, right? Yeah, Jenna. I noticed that too. Belinda's was shocked that Nikki didn't sneer at Adam when he walked in. Yeah, I was like, watch they give him a hard time. Like, what are you doing here? Nope, he was invited. And right now, I don't think Nikki really cares. She's so enamored about the house. She don't really care. It doesn't seem so. Yeah, Tommy, I want Adam to have a house too. I would like to have him have a house. I'm wondering, which I'm not a big fan of the whole Chelsea and Adams brewing situation, but you know, I'm wondering if this would be a way with Chelsea and Adam and Connor live, you know, in that same house. You know what I mean? So that would be very, very interesting if that's something that they would do, you know. So we will have to see, you know, what happens in that situation. All right. Victoria gave Adam a look. Yeah, Jacqueline. She always give Adam looks. There's always some underlying tension between the two of them, and it usually comes from Victoria. You think, oh, Chelsea, oh, that's a good point, Jenna. Chelsea maybe could move into the apartment. Right now, she's over Sharon's place. I think she has the apartment over at Crimson Lights upstairs. So she's living up there now. I mean, it's a possibility he might give that place. Well, wait a minute. Who's staying in the... There's some folks that's living over at the GCAC. And Summer is one of them. And who else is living? Oh, Audra is one of them. Maybe because some of those folks that's living at the hotel, maybe they'll get the place. Because Audra's at the GCAC. And who else is at the GCAC? That I just mentioned. Victoria, so I know Jenna, very jealous of him. So yeah, maybe they'll give that Adam's old place to, you know, maybe Summer. Or maybe, you know, Audra. Somehow. Summer has her own house. Where? Jenna, I thought she was going to be looking for a house too. Because remember when we were fussing about the whole custody battle, we were saying that she doesn't even have her own place. Summer doesn't have a house. Diane don't live there. Diane, that's part of her plan. She's only there temporarily. The spoilers have came out for the week of November 11th through the 15th. And spoiler alert, you guys. Spoiler alert, you guys. Yes, look like Diane and Jack were working together. So yay, let me see if I can give you guys an applause. Because you guys have been... Oh, I can't. My thing is my battery is out. But I need to give my soapies an applause. I'll just... That's a clap, you guys. I'll give you guys an applause for calling that Jack and Diane were working together. So there you go. So her staying in there was just temporary. It's part of the bigger plot. Yes. Yep. So yeah, it's going to be revealed either on the November 14th or the 15th episode, because I put the spoilers out. If you are in my Facebook group, you would see the spoilers for next week. Yep, exactly. Jack and Diane will get busted. Exactly, Jacqueline. So yes, Soapies, you've been calling it for weeks. You, me, Keish, Jay, And I know Bree was thinking this was all Diane, but it looks like the two of them, Jack and Diane, hatched this plan. Yeah, Vicky, you got it, girl. So yeah, give you guys a pat on the back, a round of applause, because you guys have been saying it in my chat for the longest. And look like on the November 14th and November 15th episode, it is exposed. I think, according to the way that the spoilers look, it looked like Victor might be the one exposing them, Jenna. Yeah. So, going to be some interesting stuff next week. Because it was just too fake to me. It was just too fake, and all of the public scenes, and, they had to make it look real. And think about it. If she was able to bond the rift between Jack and Kyle, which that's working, and then she would run Glissade and put it back in the hands of the actual Abbott family over at Jabot. That was the plan. So, yep, look like they are. Yeah, Belinda said thank T for the applause. Yeah, because y'all been saying it. Y'all have been saying it. It was too fake. And I'm like, writers, we called this a long time ago. Yep. So, anyway, let's talk more about the bold and the beautiful. As Vicky always announced when we switch over, be bold, be beautiful. So, interesting stuff in this episode. I mean, I don't get where we're going with the whole Luna and Bill thing. And I just don't understand that one. This whole thing with Bill and Luna. So, Poppy went over to visit Luna. And she wanted forgiveness. And her mom said that she would always love her because she's her daughter. And, but it hurt her because she wanted her to rot in prison while she tried to, get with Bill. And she said, the crazy thing about this, Poppy said that there's no reconciliation between her and Bill. It's over. And he couldn't get past what you did. And the moment that Poppy left out of there, there was this devilish smirk on Lunatic Luna's face. I gotta tell you, Lisa Yamada, girlfriend, you need to be in movies. And I'm not saying, that the soap opera world is not doing you any justice, but this girl here, Lisa Yamada, can act. Lunatic Luna, I'm telling you, she can act her butt off. She not done. She wants Bill. She still wants Bill. Oh, thank you, Aisha. Let's get the grades in for Y&R. I was on a roll. I'm gonna give it a C. Okay. Thank you, guys. I skipped over that. Thanks for the reminder. So put your grades in there for Y&R. Let me see what you guys got. Take a drink on my sparkling water. Jenna, a C minus, a C. Yeah, Sandra, Lisa Yamada is a pretty girl. D, C. Yeah, it was average. A lot of flashbacks, So, all right. Now we can talk about bold. Daycare with the Kids gave it an A. Oh, yeah, y'all got to remind me. Like, look, hey, slow down, T. We got to put our grades in. We're excited about grading the episode. All right. Okay, so back to Lisa Yamada, a.k.a. Lunatic Luna, and Romy Park is back, who plays Poppy Nozawa. And I'm telling you, Luna want her some Bill Spencer. She is fiending for the stallion. You hear me? Fiending for the stallion. She had a grin on her face, which is what's seen on the screen, when her mom left out and they was about to take her to the cell. She is happy that they have broken up. Even when they took her back to her cell, She was smiling like a Cheshire cat about the fact that, you know, oh yeah, I'm coming for him. Now, she sent him some letters. Bill got the letter. And then we had this random scene with Katie and Bill. She come back. Oh, I want you to look at this investment. Check this out. Okay, but by the way, how does it feel living in this big old house by yourself? And I'm like, don't Liam stay there? Liam lives there, don't he? He, as far as I know of, he doesn't have his own place. He's been bumming it on his daddy's couch. Now, I'm joking, because I would think a mansion of that magnitude have multiple bedrooms that Liam can choose from. But yeah, he got this letter. He read the letter talking about, oh my God, Bill, it's me, Luna. I've been in this jail and I'm so sorry, and this prison is too bad. I need your help. You're like the father I never had, and blah 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 blah. She landed on thick to get under his skin once again. Now, for a minute I didn't know what Bill was going to do, but he decided to light the letter, set it on fire, and throw it into the fireplace. Sandra said Katie, as usual, is Moss Budinsky. Yeah, I'm like, why would you ask a stupid question like that? I mean, there's no Luna and Poppy in this house. I mean, how does it feel to be by yourself, Bill? I mean, she was a major part of your life. And I'm like, girl, you do remember that he asked you to be a part of his life and move in, but you said no. And that's fine. She doesn't have to get back with Bill, especially of their history and what happened in 2022, 2023. So I get it. But I'm like, okay, if that was your segue, writers, into leading this whole conversation into Luna, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm going to give it a side eye. But he threw the letter in the fireplace, but I don't know, we're in the middle of sweeps. Anything could happen. I hope they don't do nothing crazy where he go and figure out a way to get this girl out of prison and make it, some kind of way, bring her in the house or something to rehabilitate her or something. So craziness. Now, before I move on, did you guys hear her say something like, I don't know what come over me. It seems like some form of temporary insanity, like something's going on in my head. And I'm thinking to myself, like, are you trying to give her a brain tumor or something, that she made all these mistakes, or what she would think is mistakes, to get her off the hook? Is that what y'all trying to do? So I'm wondering, which way are they going? Are they going to try to get her out on this whole, oh, something's wrong with her and she wasn't thinking straight and something's going on with her brain? Or are they going to have Bill get her out? Yes, Sandra, you're right. They're not bringing her back for no reason. She's going to probably get out of that prison. And I have a feeling that it's going to either be something's going on, maybe she got a tumor or something, or could it be a situation where Bill figure out some type of way using his power to get Luna out of prison? Exactly. They're going to come up with something crazy, Mother Dance. They probably would say that. Sandra said that actress is too good to sit in jail. That's what I'm saying. And I know some other people might think that, oh no, there's no redeeming. She unalived 2 people. She ain't going nowhere. Well, this is the soaps. And in soap world, if Adam can come back from the dead come back from the land of the non-living 4 or 5 times, and Sheila can come back several times, she can get out of jail. I mean, Sheila got out of jail on a technicality by Deacon. So anything is possible, and this is sweeps month. So that's going to be interesting to see what they do next with Lunatic Luna. So then we got this conversation in the CEO office between Carter and Ridge and Steffi for a moment. And then we come off of this whole conversation where Carter's talking about what he won't allow. And they like, wait a minute, what do you mean what you won't allow? Steffi didn't give him the time of day. She walked up out of that office and left them two. And Carter was going off. And I'm like, y'all can make this easy on yourself and just tell Ridge and Steffi that you and Hope have been dating. Why we got to go around the world 10 times over and all this drama when you could just tell the truth? That makes no sense to me. You know, hey, I see you, Jenna. You saying hello. Myra said Carter is tripping. Yes, he is. I mean, it's like, you can't do this to Hope. You're destroying the company because you're not letting Hope's line. I'm like, dude, just in August you said that the line was trash. What's the problem? Now all of a sudden you didn't get whipped. I'll just say that. Because I usually don't use that word, but you guys know what I mean. You got whipped. And now you want to talk all this stuff saying it with your chest. I'm like, really, dude? You doing all this crashing out, doing some crazy work when it comes to Hope. When y'all could just come out and be honest and say, you know, me and Hope, we're dating. Yes, we're in a we're trying to be in a relationship with each other. I know. So that is interesting. So stupid writing, because we've never heard this, but all of a sudden Ridge talk about tax issues. Are you going to take care of it? And he's looking like, take care of it. Take care of what? And I'm like, okay, you know that was random writers. You just pull that out of thin air to have Ridge talk about taking care of tax issues. Yeah. And I'm sitting up there like, okay, we know where this is going. Obviously, looking at the spoilers or the preview promo for next week. Hope is here. Blame it the writers, including... No, I'm not going to go there, Gail, because LSV already been all over social media trying to dispute that. So I'm not going to, once the actors speak out, I respect that. I don't want to cross that boundary. So, Crazy Mother Dance. Yeah, Brad. Yeah, I don't understand. The writers just put that in there from out of nowhere. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, that's what they're going to use. It's going to be some tax issues that they want him to cover up, right? But in the meantime, he was talking about, how come you haven't thought about my ideas? You don't have an answer. And I'm like, Eric, the founder, the majority stakeholder besides Steffi, already told you no. Why are you putting that question back on the table? Why are you putting that question back on the table when Eric already told you that we're not doing that? But then you want to put it back on Ridge? I'm like, this dude, he's all over the place. All over the place. So he was like, I matter. I'm valued. People have to understand. And I've seen, and I feel sorry for, people that get laid off and things like that. The issue with working for somebody else is that your livelihood is in the hands of the owner. That's why, a lot of people have moved toward entrepreneurship and starting their own businesses, because you control how the business is run. The sky is the limit on how much revenue you want to grow and how many ideas you want to put and implement in place. Anytime that you are working as an employee for somebody else, you're trading your time, your energy, your time for a paycheck. And I'm just saying, and I'm not finna get into a whole financial lesson. I'll leave that for the other YouTube channels if you want to check that out. But when you are, because he's like, I give it my heart and my soul, and you don't care, and all this. The problem with that is when you put in time and energy, there's a trade-off. So when you put projects into somebody else's business, when you put time and energy to somebody else's business, and they pay you a paycheck, that's your payback. When you put time and energy into your own business and your own money, your own ideas, your own implementations, whatever, then it's yours to be creative and do whatever you want to do. And so with him saying, well, what about me, and this ain't fair, and I put in this, and I mean, I get it, Carter. I understand. I've been working, I worked for a company for many, many years since I was 16. At the end of the day, if you don't own it, all you're doing is trading your time for money. And any ideas and any, work that you put into it. And Ridge walked out and left him standing there. So, according to the promo that we saw for next week, yeah, he does look. I see you guys is coming. I mean, Jenna, you going off, girl. I thought that Carter should have taken his thumb out of his mouth. You're so funny. He came off looking very spoiled. Victoria Ford, excuse me, said Carter's going to be the next Mona, be fired. Steph, he doesn't like how he's defending Hope. Carter looked like a weak fool. Zendai will, and he will end up losing out. My question is, why do everything that they can confront their bosses because you haven't done anything? All he has to do, all Hope and him has to do, is tell the truth. And him letting Hope control this situation is making it more complicated than it have to be. All he has to do is like, no, what we're going to do is we're going to go in there and we're going to say what happened in that office. Point blank, period. But he want to follow Hope's lead, and this is the situation that we're in right now. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting next week on the whole thing with them finding some type of way to take down Forrester. Alright, so I'm wondering, are they going to actually take down Forrester or use it as a form of blackmail in order to get Steffi and Ridge to do what they want to do, which is to reinstate Hope's line and, do whatever. So this is going to be interesting to see what they're going to do with that information. Other conversations. We had the conversation between Hope and Zendai. And Zendai, see, Hope is being very, very word salad-ish. She don't give the full story. And of course, she's talking about, well, she's just coming after my line, and she doesn't want my family to prosper, and any contributions that the Logans do, she don't want it to make it happen. Hope, Brooke bedroom line is still on and popping at Forrester Creations. What are you talking about? Because if that was the case, Steffi would have not only got rid of your line, she would have also got rid of the bedroom line by Brooke. If it was all about getting rid of your accomplishments as Logans. So let's just stop lying and over-exaggerating and being melodramatic. And of course, that all that does is now it gasses up Zendai. And I mean, they did start talking about the whole situation with Luna. He said he never want to see Luna ever again. About, pretending that she was under the influence to sleep with him and all of that stuff. So I was like, dude, please, writers, let's not go back there, because there's a group of people across social media that is still attacking this man. So do we need to bring that up again? Please. Anyway. But Hope is gassing him up, making it look like that the Logans are just, oh my God, she want to destroy everything that the Logans bring forth. Stop lying. Stop lying. I mean, the thing is that if that was the case, the bedroom line would be out the door too. Zendai should get his own line. He's always left out. The thing is, I don't think that they wouldn't find something else for him to do. There's Couture. He can design for, he's a designer. All they need to do is move Zendai over to Couture. So I don't know why he's feeling like, I'm out of a job. No, you're not out of a job. They'll just move you over to Couture. You can help Ridge out. No big deal. Or help out on... He's working on the bedroom line with Brooke anyway. What is he crying about? Okay, Hope for the Future is no longer one of your projects. You still got the Couture line that you can help out on, and you can still help with the bedroom line. I mean, seriously. Now, I gotta say, I was surprised about Hope coming over there to the house. Because that's Brooke's house, I think, that they're at. And I'm like, Steffi, why did you come over to Brooke's house to talk to them? Now, Zendai, she said, oh, I heard you were over here. Couldn't you call him to the office? I don't think it was a good idea to go over to Brooke's house, in my opinion. I really, truly don't think it was okay to go to Brooke's house, but obviously they did, so... Yeah, I mean, she did, so it is what it is. But he's all upset, trying to confront Steph. Steph is like, I'm trying to protect the Forresters. And Hope is sitting back there enjoying Zendai get up in Steffi's face to confront her over Hope. Hope is sitting back like, yeah, I put a battery in his back. And so not only Carter is fighting for me, but so is Zendai. And I'm like, oh my God, girl, just tell Steph what's going on. That you just not started screwing Carter, and that's why. If that lingerie was meant for him and not Finn. But no. Hope is lying to Zendai. Exactly. We never see Wonder Boy RJ. Yeah, I'm wondering if Joshua Hoffman is on some sort of vacation right now. Because we haven't seen RJ in a minute. We haven't seen him in a minute. So, yeah, I agree. Steffi shouldn't have had that she shouldn't have had that conversation with Zendai in front of Hope at Brooke's house. And Victoria says the Logans contribute a lot to the Forrester company. Come on for Steffi to try to drive. Well, that's the thing. She's not getting rid of Brooke's bedroom line. And she's not even trying to undermine or break up Donna and Eric. As far as I know of, Donna still works there. RJ is also a Logan, which is her half-brother. He still worked there. The issue is Hope and what she saw in that design room, and her lines suck. That's what it comes down to. They're the one that's trying to make it personal. This is all about Hope and her war she wants with Steffi. I mean, she had no business being in that design room trying on a lingerie for a man that she never knew was coming back to the office. That was dumb. And somebody needs to call her out on it and stop tiptoeing around the fact to say, listen, you started this. You should have called me. If I was Carter, I would have been like, you should have called me. Why didn't you text me? I would have told you where I was. You could have met me back at the house. We could have figured out something else. I know you were trying to be spontaneous and fun, and you want to keep us a secret. How is that keeping us a secret? By trying to be in a public office where multiple people go in the design room. That makes no sense. But nobody is telling her this. They're sweeping it up under the rug that she's just like, yeah, it happened, but this is Steffi making it personal. You shouldn't have been there, ma'am. You shouldn't have been there. And then you want to keep it a secret. So, yeah, this whole thing is a hot mess. We saw the previews for next week, where we have this little, the paperwork, look like some legal documents that Carter has that he talks to Hope about when it comes to taking over, or maybe because the tax situation, I'm wondering if that has something to do with what they're looking at, and look like they're probably going to use that against them, whether taking them to court or maybe this might be a blackmail situation. One of those two things. Yeah, exactly, Cheryl Hines. This is all about Hope's nonsense. Her bad, stupid choices. Exactly. You know, and I know people are mad at Steph, but just like another content creator said, Steffi saw what she saw. She remembered what happened, and the girl ain't telling her who she was there waiting for. I mean, so what does she have to go by? And you're not being honest. So, I mean, and plus your lines suck. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Only because Steffi has been after Hope since she was a teenager. Well, the interesting thing about this is that a lot of this is predicated on this whole waffling between her, Hope, and Liam. That went on for a whole decade. You know, and yes, have there been some rivalries, but there's times where back in 2022, when that line was doing exceptionally well and they were making money and Thomas was designing, Steffi didn't have any problem with Hope's line. The only thing we really remember, because the majority of the years Jacqueline was away with her pregnancies, so it wasn't like this was a continuous thing. We've had off and on issues between the two of them, but the biggest thing about this is Liam. Liam was the catalyst in this whole thing for 12 years. And when they finally broke away, Steph broke away first by getting with Finn. But then there was a little tete-a-tete with Liam sleeping with her, which is why we had the whole Hayes paternity situation. And then Hope decided that she wanted to move away from Liam by getting with Thomas. Now we got this other issue popping up with a Hope for the Future line because Thomas left. So, I mean, there's both of these ladies do things. Liam was in the middle of this, and right now Hope's line has been sucking for a year. And all because Carter is in his feelings because he wants a relationship with this girl. You are not using the right brain or the right head to figure this thing through. And now you're going to use whatever legal stuff to take down the company that you work for. You do realize that her mother's line is part of that same company that y'all trying to take down. I mean, it's crazy writing, but it's November sweeps, guys. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely got to stay tuned. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen next week with Luna, or moving forward as we enter the second week of November sweeps, and whether Luna is going to try to get back with Bill try to get her out of prison, or whatever it is. So we got to see. All right, we got to get the grades in. I'm going to give it a B, all because it got under my nerves. It didn't get on my nerves. It got under my nerves today. So anytime a show have that type of reaction, obviously it was enough to kind of get you to thinking and looking forward to seeing what's next. You know what I'm saying, you guys? So let me see what we got. Oh, we got B's and C's in the chat. B minus. Yes. Alrighty, so make sure you guys come back later tonight as we have our weekly chat where we're going to have Bree. Keish should be on tonight, and also our girl Trish should be back tonight. I know she told me the 8th. She has been in communicado. I know some of you guys probably seen her on the Facebook group, so she's been in communication about some of the posts. And she has been communicating with us in the group chat. And so hopefully we will have our girl Trish on later. So, all right, you guys, we're going to end it here. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you're notified every time a video is posted. I am T from Soap Corner Talk. And until the next one, we'll see you all later. Bye, Soapies.